Good morning and welcome back to the West Ham Daily. If you haven't already, go and check out our reaction video to the Player Awards. It was a great video last night. We went on to the early hours of the morning, and there'll hopefully be another announcement coming up soon regarding the Late Show as well. So keep your eyes peeled on the channel for all of our content. And yeah, I'm Anton. So if you're new around here, please do make sure you go and hit that subscribe button. We're on the march towards 12,000 subscribers. Ideally, we're pushing for the 20,000 subscriber mark. So if you are new, hit that subscribe button. There is also a bell notification. If you hit that bell notification, that will notify you when our shows do go live. And you know, it was great that the players had the player awards, and I know there's a mix of feelings from fans saying that, you know, we shouldn't have to pay to go to these events, etc., etc. But it is what it is, and this is what happens, and it's not going to change. I don't know how it's going to change, but it's not. I have been to the Player Awards back in 2016, and it was an absolutely fantastic experience. It was a lot of money. That's why I wouldn't do it every single year. But for a special occasion, it definitely was great. And Mark Noble got a really nice send-off and said some nice words. But go and read and check out the video we did last night, the West Ham Daily, i.e. Late Show, whatever you want to call it. And hopefully you'll get a good insight into what actually happened on the night. But today we're back. It's silly season again, but there's been a player that we have been linked to for quite a long time, actually. And I did a video of him about a year and a half to 2 years ago, and it's popping up and popping up and popping up again. And according to reports, West Ham are interested and are in pole position to bring Eddie Nketiah this summer should he decide to leave Arsenal on a free transfer. He's out of contract at the end of this season, and he and Lacazette are currently Arsenal's only natural centre-forward options. That's two more than West Ham. Natural, remember, two more than West Ham. Obviously, Aubameyang departed Arsenal and left for Barcelona back in February, and Nketiah has featured prominently for Arsenal in recent weeks, and he started the last 5 Premier League games. Arsenal have won 4 of those games, and he's netted braces and victories against Chelsea and his former club Leeds United when he was on loan for them. And he's 22 years old, and he's refused apparently to discuss his future over the weekend when asked about the situation by Laura Woods, who is the presenter on TalkSport. Several reports are suggesting that West Ham are a side that are in pole position to sign Nketiah should he decide to exit Arsenal. His representatives have apparently had 2 rounds of talks with Arsenal, and another meeting is potentially scheduled. But West Ham boss David Moyes is desperate to add more goals to West Ham's attack next season. And we could be ready to pounce and take advantage of the current situation that Nketiah and Arsenal find themselves in. Some say Arsenal would be crazy to let the young talent go when his contract does expire. He does have the ability, though. I am going to be really honest here. He does have the ability to really be successful in the right club. If he stays on with Arsenal, he could go on and have a long and prosperous career with them. But if he goes to West Ham, he could have a long and prosperous career with West Ham. I really do think he could make the step up, and he is making the step up, in my opinion. And in theory, then, I find it extraordinary that a 22-year-old English forward who has an eye for goal, fox in the box, you could say, finds himself at a club like Arsenal, and they haven't tied his future down a lot earlier than what they should have. It kind of brings you back to the situation that West Ham sometimes find ourselves in. And he clearly has all the attributes to make it as a top player. And Arsenal, you know, if they were, and they have been renowned for trying to buy goal scorers in the transfer market, and if they were to go in there, would they then be looking at still getting rid of Nketiah? Would he find more chances in the league, in the team, etc.? And, you know, he was asked about his future following the double against the brace he scored against Leeds, and that's when he dodged the question. He kept saying it's a great atmosphere here. Well, I don't think it is. It's like a library, and I think it's excellent throughout the whole season. And he said that maybe the Arsenal atmosphere could tempt him. I mean, I don't know where he's coming from, to be honest. I think he's maybe on cuckoo land, because I don't see the Arsenal atmosphere or hear the Arsenal atmosphere anyway. But it's a big decision for him to make. The next move is the big one, and I can really see how he would fit in with the West Ham crowd. Now, I've made a little cheeky video for you, the video we always like to do, and it tells you a little bit of his history. So have a look at this, and then I'll go back into Nketiah and let you know more about him. Nothing more annoying when you spend so much time putting a video together and you forget one thing, and that's to take out one of the background images of a player that you've spoken about in the past. So apologies if you've seen Keane Lewis Potter in the background there. I should have deleted that, but hopefully you got the message there of what Nketiah is all about. And as you can see from that, it's goals, 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 and he's kind of got that label of fox in the box. But he does work hard and track back. Now, he began his footballing career when he was spotted by Chelsea, as you've seen in the image, playing for a local team in London. They locked him up at the age of 9 and spent 6 years playing in their youth system before being told in 2015 that he was going to be released very quickly. And there was a lot of young players at the time from Chelsea that were getting released. And very quickly, Arsenal invited him along to training. And just a week after that, they tied him down to a professional contract, because they clearly knew what they saw in this young talent. And since then, Nketiah has been shooting and scoring his way up the ranks in the Arsenal system, showing the world why he's so highly thought of in the first place. He just knows how to score, and he's shown at every level, at every opportunity, that he can do that. With the under-18s, he proved too much to handle. He got 24 goals, 5 assists in just 28 appearances in his first season with the club, including 2 hat-tricks. He closed out the season averaging over 1 goal every 90 minutes every game in just his first year with his new club. And there is only just one phrase really you could associate and to describe Eddie Nketiah, and that is simply a fox in the box, because he simply has the desire to smash the ball into the back of the net. However, unlike some people with that desire, he actually has the proven capability of doing that by putting the ball in the back of the net. He's a strong dribbler, capable of needling through tight spaces with the ball at his feet. This, coupled with his intense work ethic, which stems from his eagerness to score, extends his usefulness outside of the box. And he's also been used out wide to great effect. And he's got such a strong engine that has no problem tracking back to defend and pushing forward from deeper positions. Everything that David Moyes is looking for, Nketiah displays week in and week out when he was playing for Arsenal. Now, we saw him play recently. He went head-to-head, nose-to-nose with Declan Rice. They know each other from a lot of the England youth setups, from the Chelsea youth system. So that was kind of unheard of that they would stand up and do that. But this player does have really strong ability as well. And it's going to be said again, he gets, for all the attributes that he gets in terms, and all the things he gets for his dribbling skills, his work ethic, other skills that may need to develop, his style of play lives and dies with his ability to finish, because he really has that ability to finish. So in case you haven't picked up on it yet, I'll say it one more time. He is a fox in a box, a finisher in every sense of the word. This is his primary strength, and actually crazy how strong this strength actually is. Even in Arsenal's academy system, there is no one who has ever came close to what Nketiah's style in terms of scoring was. It's such an appetite for goals, pure finishing ability that makes it look easy, like something he does for fun. And, you know, Arsenal in recent years, previously before Lacazette and Aubameyang, were struggling for quality finishers for quite a long time. So, you know, Nketiah came up through the ranks, banging in goals left, right, and centre. And naturally, he's got some good speed. He's fast as well on the ball. He can scamper away from most defenses, and that's useful when he's playing out wide. And we saw that recently because he was causing West Ham quite a lot of concerns when he played us at the London Stadium recently. Still, though, he's a striker first and foremost, and his ability to finish is so strong that it's kind of one of those, you kind of feel like it's one of those rare talents. And he needs this one strength to be successful. What are his weaknesses, though? People would ask. You know, you don't tend to notice his weaknesses as much because he can put the ball in the back of the net, but they are still there. His control, you could say, is maybe one of his weaknesses, because while he's in front of goal, his eagerness to score the goal is so there that he could maybe find himself panicking sometimes in those situations. A bit like when you think about Bowen when he first came to West Ham in the first season. He found himself in all those great opportunities but couldn't put the ball in the back of the net. And obviously he's converting those chances this season. And you feel like if Nketiah was maybe in this West Ham side who were creating these chances, because he's got the ability to finish, you actually feel like maybe he'd put that ball in the back of the net a lot more. He is so hungry to score goals. And that's probably sometimes, in a really roundabout way, one of his weaknesses as well. But you can see from the clips that I've put up, it's goals, goals, goals in his career. I mean, he went on loan to Leeds. He won the championship with them. He started 2 games. He scored 3 goals. He made 15 sub appearances. I think in his Arsenal career, it's ridiculous when you look at his stats, when you look at his youth stats. He's played 9 games this season. 5 he've started in the League Cup, and 4 he started in the Premier League, and he's got 9 goals over the 2 competitions. So you can totally tell when given an opportunity, so young and so vibrant, that this guy could be a really good acquisition to the West Ham squad. Another player who's available on a free, another free option for West Ham. You know, you add that to the list of other players that are there. We really could maximize this free transfer market this summer. And I think if West Ham are clever enough and can add real quality with what we've currently got, then I have no fear that we can make the next step up next season. Nketiah, though, who's going to come to West Ham, is going to want a bit of assurances of game time. But I think that's what we've got to leave David Moyes to do, is manage people's expectations. If Declan Rice is going to stay, and he said kind of hints that he maybe was going to stay last night at the player awards, then having players like Declan Rice kicking about the team, obviously Ben Johnson's making a step up to England under 21s, and Nketiah really fits that remit of what David Moyes is looking for. Young English players coming up through the ranks and got a point to prove, and he's building that model that he's always said to do. So what do you think? Nketiah, will West Ham get him? Will Arsenal sign him down to a contract? What's going to hold him at Arsenal? Champions League football could be a big pull, but if we get European football and we keep advancing in that way, and players like Nketiah look at what David Moyes has done for players, who advances the player more? Does Arteta do it? Will Nketiah always be looking over his shoulder thinking Arsenal are trying to sign a 50, 60 million pound striker? Because Moyes has now really became that player, that manager that goes, do you know what? We're not going to have to spend. It's not the fee we're looking at, it's the player. And you fit within our system, you kind of feel like the world's your oyster. Like, I genuinely feel now West Ham have a pool. 2 seasons ago, don't think so. But now I feel like we do. If we can keep players like Declan Rice on our books and we prove that we can go out into the transfer market and strengthen our squad, I honestly believe we've got the pool to bring specific players in. And Nketiah, for me, should really be high up there. I know we've done videos on Ollie Watkins. I know we've done videos on Nunez. I know we've done videos on all these players, but he's a young English talent who scores goals whenever he plays. England under 18 level, England under 19 level, England under 20 level, England under 21 level. His stats for the under 21 is ridiculous. He's nearly a goal a game. He is nearly a goal a game for England under 21 since he's made his debut back in May 2018. So the lad has got the ability to make the step up. So leave your comments in the comment section and let me know your thoughts on bringing Nketiah to West Ham. Do we stand a chance, or will Arsenal sign him up to a new contract? Thank you very much for watching the West Ham Daily. Join me at 5 o'clock for the Hammers headlines, and subscribe, like, and comment. Thanks for joining me. Stay safe and come on, you Irons.
It's like a family tree, part of you and